So you're the only house on the block that has two spouts, one that works and one that doesn't. Let me take you through what's probably happening here. This house was built in the 20s, right? That was about the time that the plumbing was really starting to come indoors. And before that, the tub you might have had would have been a tub on legs called a clawfoot tub. Now this one looks like the first of the apron style tubs. And these tubs were nice and deep. You can see they were 18 inches deep. A modern tub nowadays might only be about 14 inches, if that. Well, when they remodeled here, they probably left this tub, but replaced the old hot and cold 2 valve right here that would have come down to this spout. They would have added this single lever valve here and a second spout. But what you don't have is an overflow, and by code you should. So think about this. If you were to fill this tub and leave the water running and the baby called and you had to go over there, you might forget the water could continue up and over and go right down to the floor below. Or if you got the tub partially filled and get into the water, you don't want to displace it and have it come over the edge. So we should figure out if we can add an overflow to this. Let's see what we got.
All right.
Man, it's great that we have this access panel behind the tub. We can see what's going on back here. Look at this. I'm going to project this as the original water piping. See this? It's fine thread brass from 1926. That's very brittle. We're not going to touch that. It used to have a hot and a cold 2 valve, they call it, right here to mix the hot and the cold. And it would have come down to right here. Here's the back side of that spout we saw on the other side. The water would have gone into the tub. Now on the drain, you can see here's the original cast iron drain way down here. When they remodeled the bathroom, it looks like they switched to PVC and there's a trap right here. And the rest, they tried to reuse some of the original bath waste and overflow, except you didn't have an overflow. It has a drain right to here, and then it looks like the remnants of a linkage right here. And this would have stuck down inside this copper pipe, and then you would have dropped it down to hold water in the tub or lifted it up using a linkage that was inside the tub area, and that's been long ago abandoned, so you can't even hold water in the tub. Now, for a properly functioning tub, we need 3 things. One is the drain to operate and let the water go out. The other is a stopper to hold the water in. And finally, an overflow so it doesn't overflow. You only have 2 out of 3. So here is the standard bath waste and overflow that we've always used. Here's the 3 pieces. Here's the drain. The water leaves the tub, comes through here, down through a T, down through a trap, and out. This is the overflow right here. As the water lifts, there's a little opening right here that allows water to go in through this overflow and out so it wouldn't overflow the tub. And finally, there's a stopper. There's a linkage that allows you to hold water in the tub or let it go. Hold it in or let it go. And that has a linkage that needs to be adjusted because this stopper would come right here and the stopper would hold the water in or let it go. Hold it in or let it go. So now with this, it works. But what I have to do is I only have limited adjustments. I can shorten this pipe or I can shorten this pipe, but I can't really go left or right. Look at this thing. This is pretty cool. This has got all the parts we need and it comes out of a box. You really build it yourself out of PVC, standard 1.5 PVC. So here's the drain, comes to the TY right here, and here's the overflow. This is the part you see, and you do this, and we'll just use standard 1.5 PVC. The nice thing about this is I can adjust it anywhere I need it for left or right, or use fittings to get around joist that was in the way or something like that. And the way that you hold the water to the tub, there's the drain, let it go.
That's great.
Is that the one?
That'll come in handy.
All right, let's see if we can get that old spout out of the way. I need to disassemble this spout, and it's a tight little space, so I've got a couple of special wrenches. All right, so our old stuff is removed, and now it's time to put the new tail piece and shoe in. So I'm going to take this piece. You take the bottom shoe and gasket.
Okay.
And go around and feed it to me.
All right.
I'm going to add some putty right here. All right, bring it up, Amanda. Good. Right there. Let's see if I can catch it. There we go. Let's work together, see if we can catch it. Can you push up on yours?
Yep.
Still holding good, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay, that should do it. All right, Amanda, stick that piece of the overflow through. Is the gasket on it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Now just snug it up. Make a nice tight gasket against the back of the tub. Okay. Great. Amanda, I'm glad I picked this style of bathways and overflow. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the drain coming from the bottom of the tub. Look where it is in relation to the old trap. It doesn't allow me any space to put this on. There's just no space.
Right.
But it does allow me to put a trap right here. And look at this, I can cut right here. There's enough to tie on and glue. And now I'll have a new trap in the right position.
Great.
But now, how do I get from this to the overflow? Well, that's where having the ability to do these PVC fittings is going to be just perfect. Look at this. So I'll be able to do that. You'll have a drain, a stopper, and an overflow.
Perfect.
Sometimes you get lucky. All right, it's testing time, Amanda.
Great.
Water's running. And look at it, the stopper's in, and it's up right up to the overflow, and it's going right where it should, down that drain.
Perfect.
All right? And it's easy to open and close. Why don't you just reach down?
Okay.
Don't get wet there. And there it goes, as it should.